Deputy Speaker, this Queen's speech is not a plan for a government at the height of its powers with a refreshed mandate. It's a legislative programme for a government in a holding pattern. A government led by an isolated and humiliated Prime Minister, shorn of her authority after a bruising encounter with the electorate in an election she chose to call 3 years early, a test she flunked spectacularly, hobbling her premiership and weakening rather than strengthening her hand in the EU negotiations in the process. Far from gaining the landslide victory which the polls indicated would be hers when she called the election, the Prime Minister has managed to turn a Tory majority into a hung parliament, and her much vaunted deal with the DUP has only just been concluded in the nick of time, 18 days after the general election. Meanwhile, Mr Deputy Speaker, Number 10 is beginning to resemble the Marie Celeste. Anyone who doubts the truth of the Prime Minister's predicament needs only to peruse the weekend front pages to see the unseemly jockeying for position which has already begun in this most weak and wobbly of administrations. Mr Deputy Speaker, this is a programme more defined by what was missed out of it than by what it actually contains. My honourable friend, the Leader of the Opposition, pointed out in his speech that the Tory election manifesto had disappeared in its entirety from their party website. Mr Deputy Speaker, this gives us an insight into the real motivation for the government introducing a new right to be forgotten in the Data Protection Bill. There is no mention of the triple lock-on pensions, no mention of the abolition of winter fuel payments. The Prime Minister's highly divisive personal pet project introducing grammar schools is not referred to, nor is the possibility of allowing a free vote on fox hunting any time soon. The dementia tax proposals have gone. The police cuts have gone as well. Now, Mr Deputy Speaker, the election result destroyed any mandate for an extreme Brexit. Parties holding extreme positions on Brexit, whether UKIP or the Liberal Democrats, were rejected emphatically. And for the first time in decades, the Tories and Labour together comprised 80% of the votes. There's no appetite for the hard Brexit which the Prime Minister tried to pursue since the referendum. She interpreted the decision in the referendum as giving the government alone the power to decide how to proceed. The Supreme Court rightly interpreted the constitutional reality and disabused her of that vanity. She then asked voters to give her a free hand to drive through her own personal hard Brexit. The British people disabused her of that vanity. So two things must now happen. First, I believe we need a cross-party council comprising expertise and experience to advise the government on how to progress. Scrutiny benefits from a plurality of opinion. Good decisions require managed dissent. Second, the Brexit Council should work out what a baseline acceptable deal would be and put that into place. I believe that deal may look something like the Norwegian model, that is to agree to Britain entering the European Economic Area. And from that base, we could work out what incremental elements we need to get a deal to strengthen it. Working from a baseline, we can build a genuinely successful deal with the best chance of safeguarding jobs and building prosperity for the future.
Mr Crispin Blunt.